Bandits have killed 4 persons and abducted 6 others after launching simultaneous attacks on Zurmi and Maru local government areas of Zamfara state. The hoodlums had besieged Zurmi town, the headquarters of Zurmi local government area, where they made spirited efforts to forcefully gain entry into the palace of an emir. A resident of the area, Musa Mande, said the bandits opened fire on the palace of the traditional ruler as well as neighboring residents belonging to the former military administrator of Nasarawa State, Colonel Bala Mande. He further hinted that the emir was evacuated to Gusau, the state capital, for by security agents for safety. According to him, the bandits killed 3 persons and abducted 3 other persons during the incident. He also stated that the bandits set the MTN mast at the palace on fire, destroying all associated network boosting equipment at the facility during the attack. Similarly, bandits also attacked Maru town, headquarters of Maru local government area, where they killed 1 person and kidnapped 3 others. 2 persons have been reportedly killed as gunmen reportedly attacked in a church in Unom, a village in Donga local government area of Taraba State. One Richard Yanaga, who disclosed this in a Facebook post on Wednesday, identified the victims as Daniel Tohile Torikondo and Vincent Ime Nzo. Yanaga called for intensified prayers against such attacks on the church and urged security agents to fish out the killers and bring them to book. The police command in the state is yet to react to the incident. The police in Rivers State, South Nigeria, said some yet-to-be-identified gunmen have killed one of their officers, Sunday Baba, a police inspector who served at the Rumolu-Meni area of the state, lost his life on duty on Wednesday. The police in Rivers said in a brief update posted on the State Command's X handle on Thursday. The incident is one of the many attacks on police operatives by gunmen in the oil-rich state. The killing occurred 2 months after another operative was killed by gunmen while conducting a stop-and-search operation in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. The police in Niger State, meanwhile, have arrested 2 suspects over their alleged involvement in the killing of a commercial motorcycle operator popularly called Okada in Minna, the state capital. The police public relations officer, Wasiu Abiodun, told journalists in Minna on Wednesday that Adamu Tumaka was killed at about 10 p.m. last Thursday. He said the police investigation was ongoing to unravel the facts behind the incident to ensure diligent prosecution, assuring that the killers will be brought to justice. Tumaka was killed and his motorcycle stolen at Okada Road, Tai B headquarters in Minna. The father of 7 and resident of the Beganu area of Minna reportedly left home on Monday morning to get money to buy drugs for his sick son when he was killed and his motorcycle and cell phone stolen. The police spokesperson said Tumaka's wife, Fatima Adamu, on Wednesday morning reported to the police headquarters in Minna that her husband was missing when she was shown a corpse, which she immediately identified to be that of her husband. Meanwhile, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, has restated his commitment towards transforming the Nigerian Army. General Lagbaja stated this at the Bonny Cantonment during the commissioning of the Nigerian Army shopping mall at Bonny Camp. He said the shopping mall represents a significant milestone in the Nigerian Army's ongoing efforts to enhance the welfare and well-being of personnel and their families. The project was executed in less than 6 months by the Nigerian Army Corps of Engineers. The Army boss said the completion of the Nigerian Army shopping mall at Bonny Camp stands as a shining example of the Army's Corps of Engineers' outstanding achievements and unwavering commitment to excellence. The Commander, Corps of Engineers of the Nigerian Army, Major General Peremosele, said the facility will serve as a vibrant hub for social interaction and relaxation and foster a sense of comradeship among military personnel.
That this is a landmark project for soldiers that are living in CBQ 19, Bonny Cantonment, and that will proceed on the UN peace support operations at about the period June last year. And I just returning back to the country coming back to this cantonment and seeing this side by side with their block, they'll be greatly amazed. And that gives me great joy to be here this morning to commission the newly constructed Nigerian Army multi-purpose shopping complex here in Bonny Cantonment. Therefore, I, Lieutenant General T.A. Lagbaja, the Chief of Army Staff, delightfully commissioned the newly constructed Nigerian Army multi-purpose shopping complex for the cantonment.
The federal government says it is considering relocating the medium security custodial center in Suleja, Niger State, following the jailbreak that saw the escape of 119 inmates. During a visit to the center on Thursday, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunjojo, revealed that the facility houses 499 inmates as opposed to the expected 250 that it was initially built for. He confirmed that a total of 190 inmates had escaped, adding, however, that 13 were rearrested. His reaction follows reports that the facility management will publish the names and pictures of the escaped inmates from the center on Wednesday. 118 inmates escaped the center following the heavy rainfall on Wednesday night. The torrential downpour had wreaked havoc on medium security custodial center in Suleja, Niger State, resulting in extensive damage to the facility. While responding to the development, the spokesperson for the NCOS, Federal Capital Territory Command, Adamu Duza, was said to have disclosed that the command was collaborating with other security agencies to recapture the remaining fleeing inmates, adding that their database will soon be made known to the public. Many petrol stations were closed in Abuja and about 5 other states on Wednesday as the scarcity of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, caused heavy queues at the few outlets that dispense the product. Thousands of commuters in the Federal Capital Territory, Nasarawa, Niger, Gombe, Sokoto, and Anambra states were left stranded at various bus stops due to the scarcity of PMS required by transporters to run the vehicles. This led to a hike in transport fares in the affected state as the few transporters who had petrol raised their rates. It was gathered that the scarcity was due to a shortage in the supply of PMS to the nation's capital and other states, as this led to the closure of petrol stations in the affected areas. Oil marketers, however, stated that they would hold a meeting with the management of the retail subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited today to know the cause of the shortage and how to tackle it. President Bola Tinubu has approved the takeoff of the first phase of the Consumer Credit Scheme. In a statement on Wednesday, the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, said in line with President Tinubu's directive to expand consumer credit access to Nigerians, the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation has launched a portal to Nigerians to express interest in the scheme. Ngelale said the scheme was conducted in partnership with financial institutions and cooperatives across the country to broaden their consumer credit availability. He said the scheme, which aims to broaden consumer credit availability, will be rolled out in phases, starting with civil servants before being extended to the general public. Consumer credit serves as the lifeblood of modern economies, enabling citizens to enhance the quality of life by accessing goods and services upfront and paying responsibly over time. Take you now to Lagos State, where the state governor there, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, that is, has confirmed he has increased the minimum wage from 35,000 naira to 70,000 naira for Lagos State workers.
By the grace of God, very soon, we will see a new minimum wage that will be approved for the federal government and for the state government. The civil servants and all public officers, they know that since January, we have continued to pay the wage allowance of minimum of 35,000 over and above what they were earning before. If they are not saying it, let us say it. So what it means is that people that were earning a minimum of 35,000-40,000 before, they are now earning over 70,000. That's what they've been enjoying since January. So it's important for people to know and for us to lay these things very clearly. that this government has doubled up to ensure that at this difficult time, it has not left its citizens on their own. And so we're out here today again to assure you once again that when government to make life better for you, when government to provide the support that is required, when government to provide security of life and property, and to be an activator to ensure that you can live a decent life.
The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAAN, says it has initiated an investigation into the cause of a fire incident that occurred on Thursday at the E54 bridge of the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja. The Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, FAAN, Obiageli Ora, said this in a statement. According to her, efforts to ventilate the smoke from the building are in progress. She said the smoke was detected billowing from the E54 passenger bridge, which led the electrical engineers to immediately cut off power to the entire E-wing. Mrs. Ora also informed that more details will follow shortly as the investigation continues. This is the news update on Trust TV, coming up after the break. Farmers urged to embrace dryland agriculture. More news when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look again at our top stories. Bandits kill 4, abduct 6 in fresh Zamfara attacks. Queues return as petrol scarcity hits Abuja, 5 states. No fewer than 3 people, including a mother and child, were reportedly electrocuted at Mowe Market in Oba Femi Owode local government area of Ogun State. The incident followed the restoration of power after the Sunday downpour. The chairman of the local government, Adesina Ogunshola, during his visit to the market on Wednesday, gave a 7-day notice to all traders and shops and stores under the high-tension power line to vacate in order to forestall a recurrence of the tragic incident. An eyewitness said the electric shock was from the step-down transformer suspended on an electrical pole next to the shop where the incident happened. The woman and her son were said to have been burnt beyond recognition. The Director of Information at the Obafemi Owode local government, Shegun Shoneye, confirmed the incident on Thursday. Shoneye, in the statement, blamed the incident on the erection of shops made of iron under the power line by the traders. As climate change continues to threaten, agricultural production across the world, the need to embrace dry land agriculture is believed to be the way forward towards addressing food insecurity in Africa. While inspecting facilities at the Bayero University, Kano, experts from African Development Bank believe that research institutions are the best avenue to discovering new and modern farming techniques for sustainable agriculture. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jabrin reports.
Agriculture is believed to be the key driver for the socio-economic development of any nation, and centers like this may just help address the threat of food insecurity in Africa.
CDA has been doing very well for over 10 years. It's one of the successful centers of excellence we have in Nigeria, not only in UK, because we have a lot of achievements.
For the future of Nigeria's economy and Nigeria as a country, it's important to educate and provide the youth with the skills that they need to be able to transform agriculture and take forward the economy and the nation as a whole.
These and several other concerns brings the Vice President of the Africa Development Bank to the Center for Dryland Agriculture of the Bayero University, Kano, to identify areas of collaboration that will help enhance modern agricultural practice for African nations.
With the intervention last year with the National Agricultural Growth Scheme supported by the African Development Bank, we were able to get heat-tolerant wheat, which again is a variety of wheat that helps farmers plant in areas that are too hot, too dry for regular wheat. So this climate-adaptive approved variety, we were able to help farmers plant 150,000 hectares with this wheat.
In order to effectively improve dryland agriculture, the bank will collaborate with the center in areas of research and training, as well as development of modern farming techniques to effectively combat the threat of climate change.
There are about 2-3 areas. One is in areas of climate adaptation. The second is in the area of youth and entrepreneurship. Another area is in terms of modeling and climate adaptation to advise farmers. Then, of course, the bank is involved in many activities that try to de-risk farming.
Fully equipped with modern laboratory facilities and demonstration farms, this center is now on the top list of the Africa Development Bank for empowerment.
So I think we'll be coming together with our team here in Nigeria to see how we can best support this very, very impressive effort that we see here on the ground.
This is a policy statement as far as the Africa Development Bank is concerned. A hope of a brighter future for the center is expected to be put into action in the next coming days. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
In other matters now, the Naira on Wednesday depreciated to 1,300 per dollar, the parallel section of the foreign exchange FX market. The current FX rate signifies a 3.17% drop from the 1,260 traded on April the 22nd. Currency traders, known as Bureau de Change operators, quoted the buying rate at 1,260 and the selling price at 1,300, leaving a profit margin of 40 Naira. At the official window, the Naira fell to 1,308.52 against the dollar, a 0.64% decline from the 1,300.15 traded on April the 23rd. According to the FMDQ exchange, a platform that oversees official FX trading in Nigeria, the Naira recorded a high of 1,367 and a low of 1,098. With the current record, the official window rate still surpasses that of the parallel market by 8 Naira 52 kobo. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria has denied instructing banks to restrict cryptocurrency accounts. In a post on X on Wednesday, the CBN clarified that the circular did not originate from the bank, urging the public to visit its official website for authentic updates. According to the circular, all deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions, and other financial institutions were directed to identify persons and entities transacting in cryptocurrencies and ensure such accounts are put on post-no-debit instructions for 6 months. In February 2021, CBN issued a circular to deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions, and OFIs to close accounts of persons or entities involved in cryptocurrency transactions within their systems. The regulator further warned local financial institutions against dealing in crypto assets or facilitating payments for crypto exchanges. Outside the shores, Prime Minister of Tanzania, Kassim Majaliwa, has announced the shutdown of 5 hydroelectric stations in the country in order to reduce excess electricity supply in the national grid. Majaliwa said the main plant alone, which is the Mwalimu Nyerere hydroelectric station, has already generated enough electricity to power major cities, including the country's main commercial hub, Dar es Salaam. The BBC quoted an official of TANESCO, the power company run by the country, as saying they turned off the stations because the demand is low while electricity production is too much. Following heavy rains that began earlier in the year, the 2,115 megawatts Julius Nyerere hydropower dam is set to be filled up with water. The shutdown makes it the first time the country, which suffers chronic power shortages, will be shutting down its hydroelectric stations over excess production. The development comes just 2 months after the first turbine with a capacity of 235 megawatts of a new hydroelectric plant was switched on in order to increase the power generation capacity and help reduce months of power rationing. And in sports now, Barcelona coach Xavi will remain at the club until at least the end of his contract in June 2025 after changing his mind that this will be his last season. The 44-year-old announced in January he will step down as boss this summer, but with President Joan Laporta keen for him to remain, The former Barcelona and Spain midfielder has performed a U-turn. Xavi took charge in November 2021 after leaving Qatari club Al Sadd and guided Barca to the Spanish title in his first full season in charge in 2022-2023. However, they are 11 points behind La Liga leaders Real Madrid with 6 games left to play in the current campaign. Barcelona exited the Champions League last week following a quarter-final defeat by Paris Saint-Germain, and Xavi, who won 25 honors during his illustrious playing career at Barcelona. The Billie Jean of King Cup finals will switch to a knockout format this season, with the final taking place in Seville on 20th of November. An extended 9-day event will overlap briefly with the Men's Davis Cup final 8, which begins in Malaga on the eve of the Billie Jean King Cup final. Great Britain qualified for the Billie Jean King Cup final by beating France in La Portelle in April. Canada are the defending champions, and Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, and Naomi Osaka could compete for Poland, the USA, and Japan respectively. The 8-team lineup for the Davis Cup showpiece will not be confirmed until September. Great Britain will face opposition from Canada, Argentina, and Finland when they try to qualify in Manchester. The Billie Jean King Cup finals were previously played over 6 days, with the 12 teams split in 4 groups and the winners contest in the semi-finals. The Seville event will begin on Tuesday, the 12th of November, 3 days after the conclusion of the WTA finals in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And with that, we've come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Shegun Ojumu. See you again soon. Bye-bye.